better is not better. Different is better. That's what Mike Michalowicz always says, and that's what we're going to talk about today is how to set yourself apart from your competition. You don't want to be exactly like them because you're going to be exactly like them, and they're not going to see any difference between you and them. And so by default, your customers are going to be shopping on price, which isn't always what you best want. One of the reasons why pumpkin seeds, there's the gigantic Atlantic pumpkins. Those seeds can sell for upwards of $1,000, even $1,800. And the reason is because those seeds are specifically what the farmer wants, the pumpkin farmer. They want to grow a prize-winning pumpkin. And by the way, those prizes are not so small. They range in the thousands of dollars. I think back in 2016, one of the pumpkin competitions, the first place prize winner won $30,000 because they had the largest, best pumpkin. And so that's kind of what we're going for, right? You want to be able to figure out what your customers want, what their pumpkin seed is that they're looking for. And that's what we're trying to figure out today. Today we're going to be talking about how to distinguish yourself, how to set up your unique offering, and more specifically, what is your area of innovation in your company, in your business. So if you have any questions or comments about that, please leave them down in the comment section below. Send me an email, whatever it is that you want me to know about or have questions about. I'd love to hear from you. My name is Jacob Curtis. I'm the founder of Curtis Accounting Solutions and the co-owner of Utah Valley Quilting. And today we're really talking about discovering what your area of innovation is, right? We have and the first step to really understanding what your area of innovation is understanding who your top customers are and truly are. We've talked about this previously, but understanding who your top customers are, creating that avatar is going to really help you to identify what your area of innovation really is. And to be honest, then the reason why this is so important is because it's going to help you to command a profitable pricing for your business, help you stay in your business and have your quilt shop for the long haul, which is something that I hope that you're wanting and hope that you are working towards and things like that. Because if you're not, then you probably really shouldn't have a business. You should more have just a hobby and an expensive one at that. So in order to turn your business, your hobby into a business, you need to figure out who your top customers are and what they want most, and then identify your what sets you apart from your business by, and one of those aspects is figuring out what your area of innovation actually is. And so an area of innovation can fall into one of three categories. It can be, and all businesses have these, they focus on one of these three areas, right? It's either price, convenience, or quality or characteristic of that you want to focus on. And so examples of those that are leading with price are Walmart and all the discount stores, Costco's, Sam's Clubs, the dollar store even. Those ones they're all price leaders. They want to be the lowest priced option for you. The opposite can also be true. Brands like Starbucks, they will set themselves up as a luxury brand, right? I'm sure there's lots of luxury brands that you can think of yourself, but that's what they're competing on is price and setting themselves up as the leader in that price, either low or high price because it's such a luxury brand. Amazon is a great example of a company that's pursuing convenience. Now, sometimes they do have sometimes they do compete on pricing, but their area that they really focus in on is actually convenience. How easy is it for you to get on Amazon to order something and have it delivered to your house in like 2 days, right? Just think of Amazon Prime shipping, even Netflix and Amazon Video and now Spotify. All of these things are all, instantaneous. It's really easy and convenient to get the music, to get the products at our houses and things like that. And so that is some good examples of some convenience-based, they really innovate around how to be more convenient for their customers. The third option is quality. Now this one's a little more difficult to define. It really is all encapsulating. If you're not specifically competing on price, being that luxury brand or being that the discount brand, and instead you're focusing and you're not focusing on being the most convenient option, right? Not the easiest way to get things to and from you. Now, all these things you have to do well on, but that's not going to be your area of focus. It's not going to be your area of innovation where you're focusing. And so quality is kind of that catch-all category of what it is that you're looking for. And don't immediately think of like, oh, I have the highest quality of goods or products or services. That's too generic. You've got to be a little more specific. Now, good customer service is a good area of customer service that Zappos has that kind of mentality is they provide the best customer service of any company anywhere out there. That's a quality they're working on. For example, Curtis Accounting Solutions, my company, my accounting firm, our area of innovation is all around communication. We communicate, over communicate, and let you know what's going on. And so now your question may be, well, how do I actually figure out what my area of innovation is for my company? And I have a free guide we're going to kind of step through today, but it's a free guide of how to identify your area of innovation. One of the steps to identifying and creating a unique offering for your quilt shop. And so if you go to curtisaccountingsolutions.com/resources, look for the area of innovation worksheet and guide, you can download that for free. It'll get emailed to you. You can step through this process and really think through this. There's actually just 5 questions that you need to ask yourself to figure out what this is. And so the first question is what is not being well addressed in the quilting industry, in your business industry, right? Question number 2 is what are your abilities and strengths of yourself and of your company? What are you guys doing really well at? What are your strengths and abilities? Number 3 is what does the market want most out of the industry, out of your company? What do they want most? Number 4, thinking of the 3 general categories. Again, that's price, convenience, and a quality or characteristic. What gets the blood flowing? What gets your ideas flowing? What gets you excited? What gets you motivated? Question number 5 is what are your own natural tendencies, right? And how are you incorporating those inside your business? These are all great questions. Are you a penny saver? Do you like to make things easier? Do you like to teach people? What is it that you like to do? The answers to these 5 questions, when you look at all these and evaluate how you've answered each of these, is actually going to give you your area of innovation, where you should be focused and things like that. Now, all of these can and should be answered relatively easy if you really truly know who your top customers are. And there's really no wrong answer. Another way to state that is there is a wrong answer, but everybody's answer, the right answer for them, is going to be different than somebody else down the street, than the other quilt shop next door, or whatever it is, right? The answer should be different from everybody else. And if it's not, and you need to make it as pretty specific. If is it leading customer service? Now that one is by default probably everybody's answer, and so it can't be everybody's. Somebody's going to be the leader in customer service. Somebody's always going to outperform you in that area. Now it could just be that your local area, maybe you are the best one in that area, right? But you really need to make sure that that is the case by following up with your customers and making sure that they are telling you, yes, you have the best customer service. And so we want to make sure that it's better than anybody else's. And so you actually may want to ask that. Do we have better customer service than any other quilt shop out there? If you're going to go with customer service. If it's not customer service, maybe you carry the best brands. Maybe you carry the widest selection. Maybe you, have the most unique items. Something like that, right? So those are all things that are for the quality-based area of innovation. And you really need to pick something that gets you motivated, that you want to do, that you think about when you're thinking about those 3. You're like, oh, I got to solve this problem. This is where we're going. This is what I want to do. That's how it was when I came up with using communication as our area of innovation. What is our top priority? Is because every time I talk to somebody, they'd always say, I haven't heard from my accountant in 6 months. I haven't heard from my tax preparer since last year. I haven't heard from my bookkeeper in over a month now. I don't know where things stand. And so for me, that was really the question of, well, I love to teach and help people understand what's going on in their finances. And so the two just kind of like collided and came together for the perfect answer, the perfect area of innovation. So that's why in my firm, we're always working towards figuring out how to better communicate with you as potential clients, but also with our clients primarily. What are the different things that we need to do? How do we over communicate so that clients feel served, feel like they have the answers, they can come find the answers if they need them? How do we over communicate? And that's what your job is what motivates you to really help you to grow and expand the business that your customers also want and need, right? Just because you like it doesn't mean that it's going to always be the best thing. You need to find something that your customers actually want and need from you as well. So you got to find that area. But answering these 5 questions, what's not being well addressed? What are your abilities and strengths in the company? What gets the blood flowing? What does the market want? What are your own natural tendencies? What really motivates you and gets you going is going to be the best answer, the best area of innovation you can go, because that's going to help you go. Now, the area of innovation, this isn't just a one and done thing, right? You're not going to pick it and just, that's what we do. No, you're always going to be continually looking to improve that area. And how do I make this better? We're already the best, but how do I continually stay on top? What are the next steps I need to do? And that is always the trick of the question, right? Am I doing as best as I can? And how do I improve that? Those are the questions that you need to answer. So again, if you have any questions or comments, I'd love to hear from you. Go to my website, curtisaccountingsolutions.com/resources. Download this area of innovation guide and worksheet to help you identify what area of innovation you have in your store. You can find me, and again, I'd love to hear from you. You can find me on Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, YouTube, even on my website, curtisaccountingsolutions.com, or you can email me at jacob@curtisaccountingsolutions.com. I hope this has helped you and served you, so I'll talk to you later. Bye.